Good morning. Today is the 26th Sunday of church time. Many of us, sort of driving around wherever we live, we're seeing these signs that say, heroes work here. And I think really that is so appropriate, because right now there's so many people who are really heroes. The police officers, our fire personnel, people who are working in hospitals and medical clinics, and people who are scrubbing floors, who are washing down tables with cleaning chemicals. A lot of heroes. It's a funny thing. We tend to think of a hero as a person who accomplishes these huge actions, people who we go, wow, look at what they did. But if you think about the readings for this Sunday, in the second reading from St. Paul's letter that he sent to the Christian community in the Greek city of Philippi, he has this beautiful, beautiful description of Jesus this Sunday. He says, Jesus did not think of himself as equal to God. Instead, Jesus emptied himself. He became a slave. Jesus humbled himself. We don't think of heroes when you use a description like that, but think about Jesus. Jesus gave up all the power, gave up all the glory, gave up all the acclaim, and became nothing. He became a slave for us and suffered for us and died on a cross between two criminals. And body was put in a tomb that was not his own. He had to borrow it from another person. And even after Jesus rose from the dead, many people can't be. He can't be alive. What else would you call a hero? But it's the same thing in the gospel. Jesus tells the story of two sons. And the father goes to one son and says, I need you to go and work in the field. And the son says, I don't want to go to work in the field. But later on, the son, he goes to work. And the father goes to the other son and says, I want you to go to work in the field. And that son says, well, of course I'll go to work. And then takes off. So who's the real hero? The person who boasts and talks, or the person who does? Think about the people that we call saints. This week, October the 1st, is the feast of Saint Therese of Lisieux. We call her the Little Flower. Here was a young girl. Most of her life, she was sick. Most of her life, she struggled. She went into the convent when she was 15. It was not easy. And honestly, some of the sisters there actually mocked her because they said, oh, she's so holy, so she's trying to be so close to Jesus. But Therese never gave up. She just constantly wanted to be joined to Jesus. She died, she was 24 years old. Just a young girl, but her life still is an example of service and total love of Jesus Christ. That's a hero. But think about yourself. Think about your own life. Who in your life are your heroes? For me, I think about my father and my mother. My dad, always worked 2 jobs, always. My mom raised 8 children. My grandfather and grandmother, who were deaf, didn't give up because they were deaf. They lived best they could do. And for me, that's a hero. So if you think about the people in your own life who are heroes, whether they're alive or dead, why don't you pause for a moment and remember the lessons of their lives and thank God for their lives. Amen.